2, 1. All right, hello. Welcome back to the first official episode of the podcast, right after episode 0.
The pilot episode.
Your guys' feedback was pretty much, it was
all good comments.
It was all positive comments that helped us out tremendously. Only if, right?
Yeah. No mean one.
No, not one mean one. But actually, it was probably worse feedback than my movie I made in 10th grade.
Back in...
Sophomore year.
Back then. But they took that down. They're just hating.
Oh yeah, you guys can't find that video anymore. It got taken down. Today, much smaller group. We just got Samuel Campos, Brock Paget. And today we are at a lake. We don't know the name. They tore down the plaque that said the name, so we don't really know. That's really it about the location. It's very nice. Sun is setting, so we're getting little glimpses of light, like a little golden light now and then.
Yeah, a little dark.
So after the feedback we got that we need to change some things, so we're gonna try and make this more fluid for you.
No girls. That was one of the comments.
No girls allowed is one of the comments, actually. Brought to you by our good friend Bill Cosby. He actually said that himself.
No girls allowed.
Actually, wait a minute. Bill Cosby would probably want the girls.
No, he'll trick them. That's all. That was part of his plan. He'll trick them and be like, I got a wife. Like, he did the Joe Biden thing. He says, I only eat with my wife. And then when they went to go eat alone, he'll be the waiter giving them their food. That's how he got his victims. That's how the Bill Cosby way.
We got a loaf of bread here. It was a good day. Speaking of Joe Biden, presidential elections coming up this November.
I go with Mike Bloomberg.
He's already out.
I saw all his ads.
I hate Mike Bloomberg.
Why?
Because he advertised so much.
Why? He's a middle-aged working man in New York.
Middle-aged?
No.
He's like 60.
No.
That's like middle-aged.
What was it? Middle class.
He's not middle class at all.
Was a poor man. Mike Bloomberg changes things.
Are you advertising for Mike Bloomberg right now?
Yeah. It kind of sucks.
I actually didn't mind the Mike Bloomberg ads. Made me hopeful.
It made me laugh.
That someone
in the middle class.
Middle class that changed the world.
That changed the world. He started a business, and now he's a $60 million. Wait, $1 billion?
He's like a billionaire.
Oh.
He spent like a couple $100 million on his advertisements.
The only one I'm thinking about, I don't want to get political, but how Bernie Sanders does these things.
That's my man right there. Bernie Sanders is cool. I don't know enough about him, like politically wise, but I think he's. I think he's just a cool dude. I saw a video of him drifting.
Oh, I saw that one too.
Did you see that one where he's drifting and he high fives? That guy. If I could vote, I'd vote for him just because he drifts in a car.
Lambo.
It was. Was it a Lambo?
That was a rich car.
It was a nice car.
All I'm saying is that they're talking about the rich people, but he's the rich man himself.
He's the rich man himself.
I don't know.
I'm not political. I don't know enough about politics right now. I'm too stupid.
Oh, I know.
Bernie Sanders actually went on his shows or his rallies.
Yeah, well, you have to.
He toured with the Strokes.
Huh?
Yeah, he had the Strokes come out and perform like a concert.
Who are them?
It's a really good band.
Huh?
They're like a 2000s era like alternative.
Bill Cosby?
No, Bill Cosby was actually his own thing.
Oh. Okay. Are they a black band?
No, they're a UK band.
UK band? Are they any good? I don't listen to
Strokes.
UK people unless you count the Beatles.
Wait a minute. They may not be UK at all. I might be talking out my ass right now. Strokes, I don't know what No, they are. But with Julian Casablancas as the lead singer, he's really cool. He did a song with Daft Punk.
That's Mexican.
Nope.
Blanca?
Casablanca.
Casa?
More like
House?
Italian.
White House.
White House.
Yeah.
Julian Whitehouse. Bernie Sanders.
Wait a minute.
Julian Whitehouse.
He's sponsored in the band.
His mom.
Yeah, he's old enough to tell his mom to name his kid Casablanca.
Bernie Sanders met Julian Casablanca's mom, made him name him. Wait, her name was already Casablanca's.
Oh, same.
It made him name him Julian. Well, he went back. Bernie Sanders is a time traveler then. That's my theory.
Bernie. In the Old Testament,
is he in the Bible?
There's this in the New Testament, there's this guy called Bernard, and he was part of one of the disciples.
That's Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is a time traveler. I 100% believe it now. I think that man went back in time to that family.
What if he is the great grandfather? He actually married one of the ladies and named him
Casablancas.
Casablanca.
He was like, yeah, you're gonna name him Casablanca, and she's like, but our name is Smith. And then she was very confused at the time, but she's like, that's better. It's more original, and she named him Julian. Down the line, Julian Casablancas comes. Bernie Sanders approaches that man when their band is on a hiatus. They didn't really say anything for 8 years. Bernie Sanders approaches him. He's like, hey, what do you think about doing for me? And then Julian's like, all right, man. That's the Beatles, but that's not how he sounds at all. He's like, all right, man. And they tour. And it's actually a pretty good show. I watched it on YouTube.
YouTube. I don't know about YouTube. You hear that? They're doing they're starting for kids channels, or you start marketing towards kids. They might sue you.
You can't advertise to kids?
Yeah, so if you try to keep it clean for the kids, you got a chance to get sued, or you could go dirty and then not get money.
Go dirty?
Yeah.
Cuss for kids?
Go dirty.
So what do they want from us?
They want robots. They want...
Do you want to just hold...
To monitor...
Do you want to just hold half your loaf? Yeah.
They want to monitor stuff just to make the more money. That's all it is.
We're eating a loaf of bread, by the way. We didn't say that. But YouTube's been in this weird state for years now. There's a bird in that water. But
the only reason why I care is because when I watch on YouTube, I come from school, I expect to have fun. And when they're not having fun, I'm not having fun. But
yeah, for years now, it started with this guy who's investigating the kids' channels. He saw all this weird stuff. And he started saying they should be taken down. And that was correct. They should not be able to make money off that. Because it was weird shit Elsa pregnant versus Spider-Man pregnant.
Let me tell you, it got a little hot in those ones.
Well, a little steamy in those videos. But, the guy said to YouTube, he was making a video, and it was at first everyone was okay, that's cool. But then he started saying anything inappropriate should be taken down. And then he made YouTube start the adpocalypse, and it was demonetizing people like Captain Sparkles, and PewDiePie was a big one. And just completely destroying all this ad revenue that people were using to survive at this point, because YouTube is a full point. And it's just been the snowball effect has just been growing even more.
Yeah. What else is there?
But I had to do it. My video got taken down.
We only had 26 subscribers.
It wasn't even 26 at the time. It was 5. I had 5 subscribers, about 100 views on the video. A like to dislike ratio of 100% to 0. Because it was 1 like. And it was a video I made for a school project called Brock the Explorer in Argentina. And there was a 5-second clip of me using Final Countdown, and then the video got flagged for copyright. You don't have to eat it like that. You don't have to eat it like that.
Oh, that just sucks.
You don't have to eat bread like that.
I'm hungry.
Oh man, I am. I was.
You ever heard of Stockholm Syndrome?
No.
It's where someone like falls in love with their food.
Like realistically?
Realistically. And they have
Sexual intercourse?
with their
foul.
food.
That is foul. I fell in love with. I can see it.
I almost had that once for a Taco Bell chicken wrap. Man, it treated me right until it treated me horrible. In the first part of the relationship, it was so good, and then in the household, that's when things started to get dirty.
Were you setting up for this joke the whole time? Are you setting up for a joke about you shitting yourself?
No.
Because of a chicken wrap from Taco Bell?
Yeah.
That's good.
No.
I like that. I like that dedication to comedy. What do you want to be when you're older?
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, maybe something like psychology. Knowing the people's head. I'm in your head before you even know you're in your head.
That's not how psychology works. It's not a superpower.
It is.
We're not X-Men.
Hey, we are. Because you ever seen those Shaolin monks? Not Pie Man. Oh no, Ip Man.
Pie Man.
Not Ip Man. Not that kind of kung fu. I'm talking about the Shaolin kung fu from Kung Fu Panda, where they go into the temples and that's all they do is train. And then all I do is psychology.
That's not what psychology is.
Do you know what those guys could do?
They don't do anything. They just help people. They're just experts on human emotions.
Are you talking about psychologists or the kung fu people?
I'm talking about psychologists.
Oh.
Do you want to be a kung fu dude or a psychologist? They're two different things.
Dude. No, same thing. I'll do both if I can. Watch me.
You're telling me.
Sometimes in life, that's all you gotta say is to say, watch me. And not just say, sorry, my mom can't, my mom won't let me come. I gotta go home.
Oh, yeah.
Just say, watch me.
Just say, watch me and walk away and everyone will clap.
That's how life should be. You
hard.
take an initiative of your own destiny.
This podcast would be like a cool thing to keep doing, but it's hard with scheduling because the group we had was like so hard with planning and stuff, but we're trying to make it work, trying to make it successful. Sam wants to be a psychologist monk that trains like Po from Kung Fu fucking Panda.
That could kill you both ways, physically and psychologically.
That's actually psychology. You idiot. You dumbass. That was a good point. Like that thing you just said that you messed up because you said psychology. Did you mean to say that you could kill people psychologically and physically?
No, I meant what I said.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Yeah, because that's a good point. If you are trained in both parts, how to destroy a man's will and then how to destroy a man's body, you're basically God.
Yeah, so that's what I am.
You want to be a god. If you could have powers, what would your power be?
I think you know.
Kung Fu?
No, that's not a superpower.
Super
You
Kung Fu?
could learn it. I want the one superpower no one thinks of. You know what it is?
No.
Wow.
Say it. I want you to say it.
The power to read someone's mind.
That's it? I thought you were going to say, like, farting powers.
That's what you would say.
That's what I was going to say.
Because I got the power to read your mind.
You actually have superpowers?
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to X-Men school?
Yeah.
If you guys see us, like, looking around, it's because there's, like, people walking out. It's, like, a nice little trail right here. And there's animals that we look at, but we're still in touch.
Animals, fat ones.
Humans, like that one on the bike.
I think you heard me call him fat. No.
You do anything fun recently? Up to anything cool?
I moved houses.
How's that?
It was cool because, you spend all day moving stuff. And then you have to write an essay that I didn't procrastinate. I was doing it, finding my sites, okay? And then it was just that. It so happens that I had to do it that night. So, when I did it that night, I was tired.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm here. What about you?
Not really. Been relaxing. I've never moved, so I don't know what that's like. Like to pack up and just switch.
You don't know the hard life of being... You don't know how hard it is. I think I have the hardest life.
Of all?
Of all.
Of everyone?
Yeah.
Like Gandhi?
Yeah, even those kids...
Tell me you have a harder life than Gandhi did?
Mm-hmm.
Or like black people in the 60s?
Well, yeah, pretty much.
Or like Anne Frank? Was that the deaf one, or is that the hide and seek one?
That's the Holocaust one.
That's what I meant.
Well, her life was a little bit better than the ones in the camps.
Okay, then what about the ones in the camp? Is your life harder than theirs?
Okay, a little bit.
What about the Japanese people, or just the Asian people that we locked up during World War II?
They were fine.
Oh. What about
the Jewish people and the slavery of Egypt? I have to say no, because I like that movie.
What movie? 300?
No, what was it? It was a
Mummy?
Moses movie. The animated one?
The horrible one?
The good one.
The one that takes the one where it's like, you've come, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've come. I knew you could come, but I didn't know that you would come. And then Jesus goes, yes, I've come. Is that the movie you're talking about? Is that the movie you're talking about? Because that movie sucks.
No. The Prince of Egypt. That one? The Prince of Egypt.
You meant Prince of Egypt.
Yeah.
Why'd you say animated?
Because it was animated.
Prince of Egypt isn't animated.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Prince of Persia. I just realized. I was thinking of Prince of Persia. Prince of Egypt, that movie sucks too.
I think everything sucks. What did you like?
What movies do I like? When I was little, I really liked Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
That was a good one.
I liked that movie. I think it was funny. And it was like a good mix of animated and real life. And the jokes were adult, but yet understandable as a child.
Yeah. I just like for the rabbit.
The
was
girl
too
rabbit?
small.
The girl rabbit? Jessica Rabbit?
No.
Because she's fine.
You can't be saying that. You got a girl.
It's an animated character with big breasts.
Who could judge you?
And there's ducks. Did I feed him my last piece of bread?
You know what? I think I would.
They're gonna come over here. Another movie I liked was the movie Fury.
I don't know. It was cool.
Came out a couple years ago with Brad Pitt.
That was a cool one.
The tank one.
And then they needed a new tank man, and they got the youngster.
And he was ass, and then they found out they
And
fell
then they
in love
had
with him.
that Mexican guy from Ant-Man.
Michael Pena.
Yeah, and then he said something about a chocolate bar and a girl. And then they have an epic gunfight, and then they
And
all
the guy from
died.
Transformers is in there, Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, he was in there.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Brad Pitt, Shia
Pitt,
LaBeouf, Michael Pena, the kid from Percy Jackson. And then they had Punisher. Punisher was in that movie.
John
Bernthal, he was the cool character.
The country guy.
The asshole. He was mean to him. He was like, yeah, it's war. But I really like that movie. I watch it a lot. Big fan of Marvel movies. But I was on the wave a long time.
I'll watch
before
everyone
else hopped on
the comic book.
I read a lot of comics when I was little. Still do. Stop smoking talking. I was really into Deadpool when I was little. I liked Carnage. I always thought he was cool. Fantastic Four. They've been movies. The first one I watched was like Iron Man. That was the first MCU movie I watched. I hate Black Panther. Black Panther is one of the worst movies I've seen.
It's overrated.
Captain Marvel, equally just horrible.
Same thing.
There's nothing good for it.
It wasn't even that cool.
But Black Panther, I think, ruined itself because it didn't make sense.
Yeah. It was more... It mostly relied on...
Coolness.
And all the girls' attractiveness to Michael B. Jordan to actually bring in the box office hits. Because, let me tell you, those girls really love some Michael B. Jordan.
Who doesn't love Michael B. Jordan? I'm a guy.
I know.
He worked with the brand Coach. He made his own exclusive Coach bags that had Naruto designs on it. That's pretty cool.
Naruto.
But yeah, Black Panther. Here's my idea of how it should have been better. To me, the most intriguing and best part of the movie is that opening sequence where they rescue the village kids and women from the African terrorists. Mm-hmm. And I think if the whole movie would have been on Black Panther trying to equalize Africa, rather than have him kick ass in Korea, and then his ancient cousin comes and fights him. If maybe Killmonger is a terrorist leader, Black Panther discovers that they are related. He doesn't want to kill him. He just wants to change him. Michael B. Jordan doesn't listen. He keeps raiding villages, stealing stuff, killing people. And then Black Panther, they fight. They have an epic duel. No technology, none of that vibranium technology, just hand to hand. Michael B. Jordan does look like he dies. But he doesn't get thrown off a stupid waterfall, because that just looked dumb to me. He gets just beat up and thrown, down a hill. to something like a mountain. Instead of a CGI waterfall. He's left there infected when the caveman people, the gorilla ones, they come, they help him, but they explain it more, how they found him. They find him, and they heal him. They bring him back to Wakanda, and then he explains what happens and what has to happen to Killmonger. Killmonger comes back to Wakanda, discovers it, tries to fight him. Black Panther wins. He has to kill him, and it breaks his heart. Movie ends. African terrorism's over.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a better movie?
Yeah.
To be more serious and not trying to be Iron Man with black people?
Yeah, I think it should be like that. Really, I don't like movies that have a political agenda. So you know me, not political and stuff. Because Black Panther, it's Black Panther. It's in the name. Mm-hmm. So it try to go for the the African American people, and then that's what Michael B. Jordan was fighting for. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to take over the white people because Wakanda's so awesome.
That's okay. I'm okay with them pushing the fact that.
But
let me finish. I'm okay with the fact that Michael B. Jordan.
That's his motive.
Wanted to fight the whole world because of the treatment to black people. I think that was okay.
Yeah.
But okay, what were we gonna say? You don't remember?
I just didn't.
You don't like how much political was involved?
Yeah, because I just don't like how much political gets involved in movies. Because in the new Birds of Prey, who doesn't like Harley Quinn?
That movie sucked.
The quirky girl who. But
stop smoking those. They're talkies, they're chips.
But I saw a YouTube channel about Birds of Prey and how Harley Quinn, in the old cartoons, how she was abused in the relationship.
Yeah, he beat her. He did not care about her.
Yeah, but the guy explained that in this movie, it's about being a power girl and how there wasn't really an abusive relationship that built her character arc.
That would have been better.
And then, but he said that one of his friends who was in an abusive relationship doesn't like the new Harley Quinn movie.
I wouldn't.
Because it's a power girl flick and not an actual story, driven kind of movie.
Mm-hmm. I actually hate the new DC movies. I think they're horrible. I think Suicide Squad is my least favorite superhero movie of all time. And that's the new Fantastic Four. That's Iron Man 3, Thor 2. That's a lot of bad movies. But I really don't like what they did with the Joker.
Oh, yeah?
If you want Jared Leto to play him, fine. Let him do what he wants.
But he did what he wanted.
No, yeah, he did actually. Never mind. Don't let him do it. Just don't let him be in the movie. Because Joker is not a sex icon. They kept releasing shirtless pictures of the Joker. But I actually hate that character because in the comics, in the animated show, it was to me, Joker looked at Harley Quinn as
a girl,
just another henchman, just another henchman, and he'd slap her and call her names, and she would be like, "Oh, he loves me," but he clearly didn't. But in the movies, in Suicide Squad, they tried to make it look way too much like he actually liked her. And I was like, this is not
beef.
I got beef, you want beef? It's literally Suicide Squad. I will make if people want me to, I will make a detailed review about how bad that is. Speaking of political agendas, in Black Panther also had a feminist kind of pushing agenda.
I didn't mind that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then in the Avengers movie, I didn't mind that one because that united everyone together. Yeah. That one I didn't understand. Why people got mad at that.
It was the only thing I hated about it. Captain Marvel was in that scene.
Oh yeah,
because Captain Marvel,
they made her to be all this cool stuff, breaking ships down. But then,
she can go through a ship, come back down, take another ship out,
and then she can't go through a fat man.
Yeah, she can't just fly straight through Thanos.
Yeah.
It's just it's dumb. It's just anything that Captain Marvel is in immediately is weakened because her character is pretty much, I'm a woman, I'm stronger than you, I'm Brie Larson.
Yeah.
And that's it. Brie Larson's also a really horrible actor and shitty person.
I like the interviews with her, how they don't like her.
the people interviewing her hate her.
I do my own stunts. Actually, you ain't no Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise broke his
I'm not
foot.
Tom Cruise. I'm my own person. That's like if you say that, that's like a little kid comeback. It's kind of funny because it's like you're propping yourself up like you're going to be the next best thing, but Tom Cruise is still alive making. Actually, he's still making Mission Impossible movies, because then he said there's this thing where he's making a new one now, but the coronavirus is
oh yeah, the coronavirus stopped it.
Yeah, he stopped it, but he's still doing his own stunts. And then there's a story where in the first couple ones, the director didn't want him to do his own stunts. so he bought the rights, and then he did his own stunts.
Tom Cruise is just cool, but he's also pretty damn insane because he's like into Scientology and all that, and he's like really heavily into Scientology. But like Mission Impossible movies, those are pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, say what you want, but those movies, they're pretty good. Didn't he break his foot on the last movie?
Yeah.
On that motorcycle scene?
No, he jumped on the building.
Oh yeah, and he
tried to jump buildings.
How do you break a foot jumping on a wall?
He landed it weird. Probably went like that.
Like that, and his toes just bent back. Poor him.
Poor rich man.
What other movie did I want to talk about? Endgame. I like Endgame, but I did not love Endgame.
It was a sequel. That's it.
Like, I really think Endgame had a lot of missed opportunities. Like, I don't like when things do time jumps.
Yeah, I feel
because
like,
time jumps to me are like lazy writing. It's like, oh, this can happen now because, oh, it was 5 years later. What does it matter? We don't have to explain it. It's 5 years ago.
Yeah, and then how they explained if they messed up in the how they like affected
The butterfly
the time jump, that it just created another one. But if they put the stuff back, nothing happens. And then
I feel like that would just like kind of make like a jagged like timeline.
Yeah, like multiple things.
Yeah, wait, so what happened? They go there, they cause havoc. Captain America's on camera fighting another Captain America. But because they brought the scepter, how are they going to get the scepter back? You had to break the scepter to get the stone. That's how they got it in Age of Ultron, remember?
Oh, yeah.
They break it. How do they put that back in there? Same with the Tesseract.
Huh.
Remember, because Thanos crushes the Tesseract in the beginning of the first one. And he's like, he puts it in his gauntlet. And he's like, and then nothing. He doesn't really do anything with it. He just demonstrates it a bit. And then, and then in the movie, they're like, okay, we can just bring it back, but we have to shatter
the
stone. And then with the red stuff from Age of Ultron, Thor: The Dark World, how are they gonna bring? Are they just gonna go back to Natalie Portman and just stab her again?
Yeah, I think that's the only option.
But the waste moment, I think the biggest one I want to talk about is Fat Thor.
What about it?
I didn't think
Fortnite.
Yes, the Fortnite was like the biggest like dumbass thing, but Fat Thor to me was so wasted. I feel like the fact that Thor in the last movie is kind of the reason Thanos won, because he didn't go for the arm or the head, and he tried to talk to him and then he just snapped.
It's a PG movie.
No, but
they can't cut his head off.
No, I know, but
actually, wait, they did.
No, they did in the next movie. But Thor should have been like, he should be the most depressed man on the planet.
He was.
They tried showing it. They tried showing it with the alcohol.
You know how depressed you are when you play Fortnite?
No, but they made it a comedic thing.
Oh.
I think Fat Thor should not have been playing video games in his little drug sweater.
Been more real.
Yeah, like I think
the Dark Knight series.
Like I talked about my dad with this. Thor can have the long hair and the beard and like be bigger, but to me he should have been like, I don't know, out in the mountains somewhere, like isolated. He doesn't want to talk to anyone. He doesn't want to live with even Korg and Meek. And he doesn't want to talk to Valkyrie or any of the Asgardians. He should have been like the most depressed man. He could be an alcoholic, I get that, drinking his sorrows, but when they see him in like when Hulk, Captain America, and I think that's it, go visit him, they fight him because Thor's like, I don't want to go back, so he attacks him. And I think that Thor should have been, since he has an axe, make him like a lumberjack or something. He's just cutting down trees. That way he can keep up his strength. Like maybe around his house it used to be a forest and now there's just a bunch of stumps because he's so angry. Like, I didn't like that they took something like a character having depression and then making it like, I play Fortnite and I cuss at kids.
And some kid called me a bad word, Noob Slayer 69.
Noob Slayer 69 killed me. Like when I saw that, I physically, I cringed. It was kind of funny because it was '69
because it's funny.
But it was like one of those like, did Disney literally just say like, did they put that into their movie in a moment that I feel should have been serious? I also think Tony Stark's death seemed a little rushed. Like, to me, there should have been more sadness in people like Captain America, because they worked together. To me, I think they had a good bond. And I think, like, when he died, Captain America should have lost it, but all he does is, like, tear up a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, okay.
I felt like when Spider-Man came back, you thought that would have been more sad because the other one was sad because they're like father and son, because Spider-Man never had a father, and they shot his uncle. And then, so like when he came back, all it was is a hug, and then a little, and then that's it. And then he dies. And then Tony doesn't really say anything, and then Piper comes, and that's when he gets all crazy.
Also, time jumps are stupid in the sense that Piper is just an assistant. She's just a secretary, pretty much.
Hot one.
Hot.
The actress is an
asshole.
baby.
No, they didn't. Oh, yeah, they did. They had a daughter. I forgot. I completely forgot about that part. But they have the daughter. I mean, she gets the suit, and all of a sudden she knows how to use it.
Oh, yeah.
When did she learn how to... Shut up, duck. They learn how to use the suit, and she's just tearing people. She's like... And then Iron Man, when he first got his suit, he was like... he didn't know how to fly it.
Oh, yeah. Maybe she had auto assistance, like the Spider-Man
suit. She's just limping there. It's just doing everything for her.
Yeah, like the Spider-Man suit. Like, kill mode, activate. And then it goes...
I like the Spider-Man character. I'm not saying Endgame was bad. I really liked it. It was a good movie, and it was a good way to... I like that Captain America...
It ended
back. He went back in time, because that's what he wanted. But also... Remember he, like, made out with Peggy's, like, niece in Civil War?
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember that?
No, I just remember the cool part when the Winter Soldier flips the motorcycle and then drives the other way. That's all I remember.
Oh, he goes... No, but he, like, later on in the movie, the blonde agent lady for S.H.I.E.L.D., the one that was there to help him and Winter Soldier... he likes her. They kiss, and it's like, okay, and it's Peggy's like niece, so it's kind of like she's part of Peggy's life, and now he's back in Steve's life. But then when he went back in time, they didn't talk about it. They just kind of abandoned. And it didn't make like I feel like
you gotta do what you gotta do. We can't tell her that you kissed her niece in the future.
Yeah, what about
they go crazy?
Or like, what about like the high schoolers?
Yeah, the Spider-Man movies are the good ones.
No, but it's 10 movies it's 10 years. Or was it 5 years after the snap? So, anyone in high school that was alive is gone. Is out of high school. Or, like, they made it look like in the movie the entire high school class got wiped out. When in reality, probably only like half of them would have been wiped out.
Or maybe it was one of those... Because half of the universe, what was it? Like half the population?
Half the population.
Well, it doesn't mean like half classroom. Like,
yeah.
It's like random things all dead.
Well, yeah. You're telling me in the likelihood that a classroom would only be wiped out, like the whole thing would be gone, not just half of the classroom.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
And then what if there's a likelihood of less than half disappearing in the high school?
Well, yeah, but I think at least some high schoolers would disappear. And I think that they should have focused more on recovering from this. They had like
They had
like
gay
a
guy.
Oh yeah, the gay guy in the... That was the Russo brother.
I kissed my husband. Jeez, he did recover.
No, but I feel like... Yeah. Okay, so you're telling me half the population gets wiped out and they only spended like 10 minutes like talking about how they're gonna recover. And it's like, I feel like that should have been like like people are driving insane. Maybe suicide rates go up. People are just no one wants to live. That was like
The Loch Ness Monster.
it's probably a fish.
Dogman?
No, but there's a suicide rates go up. Maybe crime goes up like even more with less people. Somehow it goes up because people are just like, I can do whatever I want now. And then they're like, all right, we need to solve this. There's just a lot I would have changed, but it wasn't bad to like where Suicide Squad was just bad. It just missed out on a lot of things.
Missed opportunities.
Missed opportunities in the MCU.
And then, those are those movies, superhero movies. Do we think they should get Oscars? Well,
Certain ones,
but like
not like Black Panther getting nominated like last
that one
year.
No, that
year ago,
one
2 years ago.
Yeah, the acting wasn't even that good. Eh?
No, Black Panther is not a good movie. It's all right.
All right, acting. Kendrick Lamar's in it because you need that for an African American.
You need an African American movie. The
you
soundtrack
need
has
rap.
to be rap.
You
It
need
has to
rap.
be rap inspired for the soundtrack.
But Kendrick Lamar is a good rapper.
He's good. I like Kendrick Lamar. Shut that
And
baby
then you need Michael B. Jordan.
up.
That's a gets you nominated. Bad acting, no, like all right acting. Kendrick Lamar, and Michael B. Jordan. There's 3 combo to get you in. That's how. Oh, never mind. That's how Creed 2 got nominated that one year.
Did Creed 2 get nominated?
Yeah.
I didn't like Creed 2 that much.
Well, I think it ended at there's a lot of them. It should have ended when Rocky was that old man.
That's shitty movie.
That's
Rocky's so old in that movie.
He's so
an old man.
That's where actually it should have ended on the 4th one, where he wins the Russian thing, and then ends the Cold War. But they had to keep going. He has to train a new upcoming one, and then he whips his butt on the street fight. And then he's an old man training with his little poodle dog to fight a younger man that's way better than him because he's like 100. And then now he's training his best friend's kid that he didn't even know he had a kid because he was in a freaking, was he like adopted? They put him actually was it an affair?
No, he was his kid.
It was an affair, but he still Rocky didn't know about his best friend's kid.
Yeah.
And then he comes out of nowhere, yo restaurant, and then trains him to become a world champion.
I'm not educated in the Rocky movies, but Creed was alright. I liked Creed a lot. I thought Creed was pretty good. You didn't like it?
Because Rocky movies, like the first one like started out all serious, and then the second one was just a copy of it, but he wins in that one.
He wanted to win.
And then after the second one, that's where it gets all fantasy.
Third one's good
fun.
because he fights Mr. T. Mr. T was a good like
Oh no, that one
jackass.
was not. Well, to me, that one was like more of like a fun movie.
Yeah.
Because he fights Hulk Hogan.
He fights a lot of dumb people.
He fights Hulk Hogan in that one. And then in the 4th one, he just fights this big Russian dude out of his weight
That was
class.
dumb. That was really dumb.
And then
I don't like the 4th one.
it just gets, because I think that's when Sylvester Stallone starts
Getting old.
director in the movie.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think that's when it starts getting crazy.
Well,
What movie would be like your favorite all time
my favorite
movie?
My favorite movie of all time?
Yeah,
I don't know.
The Goonies.
The Goonies?
Yeah, that's yours.
I don't like the Goonies.
You like the Goonies? Yeah, do the truffle shuffle.
What movie do? I don't think I have a favorite movie.
What's your favorite kind of movie?
Not a big fan of artsy movies.
That's not what I just said.
You said, what's my favorite kind of movie?
Yeah, what's not your favorite kind of
I'm
movie?
narrowing the list down, asshole.
And then but my mind is wondering.
Are you having...
My mind is connected to the internet right now. I got unlimited data.
No, what I mean is...
Artsy movies like...
have you
The
seen
one with Brie Larson and Samuel Jackson, where they're like, she's a painter.
No, not like
then-
art. Not like art is a topic in the movie. I'm
Oh.
talking about like Oscar Best Picture nominees where it's like very
Moonlight.
cinematic and there's all this
Oh,
like special details like Birdman. Have you seen Birdman? It's all filmed in one take, and it's supposed to look like
technical masterpiece.
Technical masterpieces with all this soundtrack and all this hidden meaning. I don't like movies like that. Like I watched The Lighthouse. It got a lot of good reviews, but I thought The Lighthouse was the most boring piece of shit movie I've ever seen in my life.
Oh wow, looks like we're the opposite then.
You like artsy, like technically beautiful movies?
Yeah, well, for me, I like sitting down like this,
Feet up.
I watch the movie and then I take it all in and then I understand it. Because in The Lighthouse, you really like think less about it. But have you ever heard of a movie like What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
That's a good movie.
That one, like,
well, that's more of a masterpiece.
Like more of a masterpiece like that.
Like yeah, there's like movies like that, like What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Like more like a
Godfather.
Meaning to it. That's what I like.
You got Titanic to me is like a masterpiece kind of film. You got Forrest Gump. There's all these movies like that. I'm talking about like movies that are made to be nominated for Best Picture. Not like taking the fact that it's a good story and there's a lot to do in that movie. I'm talking like movies that are so
cinematography
weird and not good.
Then yeah.
Do you like What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Is that your favorite movie?
Oh my god.
Do you like that movie?
I love that movie.
Is it because
I just liked
Leo DiCaprio's retardedness? Did you like that? It was
awesome. Actually, no, he annoyed me. Well,
he's retarded. He actually did a really good job.
Not to be mean, but they kind of annoy me. But I'm like Gilbert Grape. Okay, man, no one touched Arnie, and then I protect him. But when something is on my mind, everyone gets frustrated. You know, in the scene where
he beats him,
and then he runs out because you instantly regret it.
Yeah, he didn't.
For parking my Corvette, the Matchbox Garage is the best you can get.
The place I park my horse and my Dodge is right here in the good old Matchbox Garage.
There's so much to do at the Matchbox Garage. I'll never get bored with my Model A Ford.
Matchbox Super Garage. Any way you set it up, it's the perfect place for all your Matchbox cars.
Parking my 57 Chevy was never.
And we're back from commercial break. Thank you for that lovely sponsor. Yeah. Just make something up in there. Be something funny. We were talking about Gilbert Grape. He really likes that movie. I wanted to know more about it. You said that you regret things after doing them.
Yeah, it's like the hidden theme. It's in the title. What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Mm-hmm.
And then because his whole life is just about helping his family, but never about what's helping himself. And then throughout the movie, there's his dad. His dad killed himself. That's why his mom is the overweight lady. Is like all sad when Gilbert left. So that's what. And then in his man, to explain his dad, he was with that girl. Remember the girl?
Mm-hmm.
How he's she wants to know who his father was before he passed, and then he explained he let people get him mad. He'll let people be happy. He was doing stuff for people, but not himself. And then he explains that he was pretty much dead before he killed himself.
Yeah.
And then that lady he had an affair with?
Yeah.
Her husband, how he died with cardiac arrest because all he was doing was providing for his family during the insurance firm. His kids didn't love him pretty much. His wife was having an affair with him, with Gilbert. So really all his life was just trying to get the insurance firm to buy his kids a new swimming pool and all that. So when he came home that time where his wife burned down the house, he just died. All this movie is about finding purpose in your own life.
Because he spends he has an overweight mom who's depressed. And he's got an autistic little brother.
Yeah, that
he doesn't have any time for himself.
That he has to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
And then, plus there was a second meaning where people talk about disability rights about it too.
It's a really good disability, like
Yeah, but
showing the lifestyle that disabilities have.
there should be boundaries, though. Like, he kept going up that water thing. Like,
He's retarded.
and then,
Literally
and there's a
retarded, not
third, and
offensively.
also there's like so many meanings in this movie that there's also a third one about family. Like at the beginning, Gilbert Grape is like, he explains it in the little narration. Like sometimes he loves them, and sometimes he just wants them to go away, and then like he like grows throughout the movie. Like he at the beginning he like makes fun of his mom because she's overweight. She just wants her to lose weight, but towards the end, he grows more respect for his mother, and then that's
And then
I
she
think
dies.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then like he gains like more respect. And then there's like a good scene in there where like they start having a conversation that really like tears you up. And then what was it? Her mother said a quote that I really liked. That he said to Gilbert before she died. She said, "You're my knight in shimmering armor." And then he's like, "I think it's shining armor." And he's like, "No, you shimmer and you glow." And then she passed.
Aww.
And then that I think that's what really brought
Made her realize that she's just hurting.
that he really loved his mother. And then they had to take her out with the crane, and he wouldn't let her do that because he didn't want to make her look like a joke.
Yeah.
So they burned the house down, and that symbolized him
Moving on.
That's his anchor, and then now it's all gone because, oh god, I just had so many good stuff now thinking about it. But that's just a good watch.
That's your favorite movie?
2 hours.
2
It's
hours?
a good
That's
watch.
pretty long. I know what my favorite movie is.
What?
It's a Quentin Tarantino film. I think Quentin Tarantino is a mastermind director.
Not racist either.
Not racist at all. I think he's very talented at mixing soundtrack with visual effects, with lighting cues. He's the kind of artsy that I like. Not like
Tyler, the creator.
like, he's very talented at putting the project together, finding the right people, making good film. My favorite movie is Inglourious Bastards. Have you seen that movie?
That's
That's my favorite movie. I can watch that. Me and my dad.
Bear Jew.
The Bear Jew. Like, something explaining this. Like, a character named the Bear Jew is this big buff Jew who wears just a shirt and suspenders and kills Nazis with a baseball bat and wears medals.
And their leader is called Aldo the
Aldo the Apache.
Aldo.
You got the Ryan the Temp is in there. I forgot his character's name.
He was just there.
He was just there, but he's the only one who lived.
Yeah.
You had the cool guy. I forgot his name, but the one with the scars on him. The one that in the beginning stuffs his fist down the guy's throat to kill him.
Freaking Arnold Schwartz. No, that's the German guy. Christopher Schwartz. I like the German guy.
He's a very talented actor.
Yeah, he's the Nazi enemy guy, but like he's just so good at acting. He's like charismatic. He's the I don't know, he's a good actor.
He's, to me, the most talented actor I've seen, but not my favorite. My favorite's actually Brad Pitt, and he's in Inglourious Bastards. Every role I believe him in. I could see him being Brad Pitt. The lines he delivers are executed well. They're not like out of place like some other characters. But the best scene, the reason why Inglourious Bastards is my favorite movie is its scene structure.
The Eric Discovery. Famous Eric filter-tip cigars. Nearly 500,000 times today, America will light up and enjoy the exciting smoking satisfaction of Scandinavian-size Eric cigars. Still the most interesting idea from Scandinavia since the blonde. Eric, natural, menthol, or cherry.
I'm back. We had another commercial. What's the chances of that? 2 commercials in one recording.
Imagine the money.
Mega money. We're making that fat dough.
Make that
But I was talking
wet.
about Inglourious Bastards and the scene setup. Like, the reason it's my favorite movie is because right off the bat, from the first opening scene in the house, it's the farmer, Christopher Schwartz, arrives at the house. He knows Jews are there.
It's just the tense.
It's tension, but it's not forced. Nothing is forced. Like, Christopher Schwartz, when he gets there, he knows there's Jews in this house, and he knows that there's no way they're getting out. And the farmer realizes halfway through the scene that he can't help the Jews. He brings them in, and they shoot up the floorboards. It's a really cool scene because he tells them to point them out, and it's very heart wrenching. It's like, that's like, when I saw that, I was like, God damn, this movie's like not fucking around. Like,
none of his movies do.
no, he's a very violent director. But yeah, that's why it's my favorite. Also, the bar scene. Have you seen the bar scene?
Yeah.
They're playing cards. That part makes me upset because it's when
They
like
die.
2-3 good characters die. But the thing I like is that as soon as they walk in the bar, immediate tension builds, but not forced. Nothing's implied on screen that something bad is gonna happen, but the viewer knows, all right, it's gonna like shit's gonna go down at some point in this bar. You got a Nazi group, and you got you got U.S. soldiers pretending to be Nazis, and they have to get, what did they have to get?
The girl.
They had to get the girl, the celebrity, and she wouldn't. I mean, and they realized that they can't get him. What's his name from X-Men? I forgot his name. What's the actor's name?
Xavier.
No, the one who plays Magneto, the young one. I don't remember his name, but he gives them away because he goes like this instead of beers. When in Europe they do this.
Smart acting.
They point guns at each other's crotches, and they're like, I have a gun on yours. I've had one since you sat down.
And I got one in your Nazi balls, and they shot. Boom, boom, boom.
And then gunfire goes loose. The cool guy, the one that doesn't talk much, whips out his knife and starts stabbing the dude in the back a bunch. He dies. It's just massacre. No one lives except the girl. And I think like the bartender.
And the guy that they were there for. And it was like for his kids, and it was like he was having his kid, and he was there celebrating. So
Yeah.
he died.
That guy died. Because he just gets shot.
Mm-hmm.
Because Aldo the Apache comes, and he's like, I'll let you live, or something like that. I don't
if
remember.
we put down our guns, and
come
then
down
leave peacefully, and then you can see your kid on his birthday, and then he walks down, and he's still pointing his gun, and then
I think he just lights him up, right? Does the girl kill him?
no, the girl kills him
The
because
girl
he goes
kills him.
down, and he's like, I'm getting her, and then and then the guy finds out she's a spy, and then she's like, she's a big famous star.
She's a big famous like actor.
And then he finds out she's a spy for the Americans, and then he's like, stupid bitch, and then she kills him.
Yeah, she kills him, and then it's also funny writing, funny but not forced comedy.
Wet.
Like
It's wet.
yeah, it's not dry humor. It's a nice damp, succulent humor.
Put damp in there.
This is a better word than wet humor.
Dark.
In the movie, and then what is the call? It's like they're treating the girl's gun wound, and they're talking about the plan. He's like, I'm the best speaking Italian, so I'll be first best. You speak a little bit, you're second. You're third best. And then he's like, I don't speak no Italian. Brad Pitt's like, that's why you're third best. And that makes me laugh. And then they get to the road, the movie premiere, and then he has to speak Italian. Aldo has to speak Italian, and all he knows is arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Buongiorno. It's the funniest scene without being.
And then Christopher Schultz is actually speaking Italian.
Yeah.
And then he's saying, Buongiorni.
It's funny. And then they have to tell him the last name, and he's like, I don't remember what he said. I haven't seen this movie in a good couple months. But he's like, my name is Cortiliano. And he's like, say that again. He makes him keep saying it so he can get the accent right. And it's a great movie. I recommend you guys watch it. Same with What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
That's more of a sit down and relax, and that one's more
That's like if you want to have a good time, It's worth the watch. I could put any Django movie as like why I think it's really. I mean, any Quentin Tarantino movie as why I think it's really good. Like the Django's really good. First Kill Bill's, in my mind, a masterpiece. That new movie,
Jackie Brown.
You did?
That one was a good one.
I think I've watched that once, but I don't remember the story at all.
Well, that one's just about an airline pilot that like smuggles drug for Samuel L. Jackson, Quentin's best friend, and she gets caught, but it's just a whole scheme to steal the drug dealer's money without getting caught that she worked for him, but also double crossing the drug dealer to take the money and not get killed by him. It's just a tense, good movie.
Yeah. It's a duck. But,
Duck.
Another movie that's really good by Quentin Tarantino, I'm not going to explain too much, but I think it's worth a mention, because I don't think it gets enough credit. Hateful Eight. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson. I think it's a really good movie. There's one part about it I don't like watching.
What?
It's when Samuel L. Jackson, who's a Union soldier, has the old guy at gunpoint, and he's trying to make him reach for the gun. And he tells him a story about he brought his son up to the mountain, which you don't know if it's true. They never said if it's true, but they never said it wasn't true, so I'm going to take it as it was true. And he talks about he made him get naked in the cold because he had a bounty on his head when he was hunting him. He made him get naked in the cold and walk through the snow while he pointed a gun at him and made him march. And he drops his knees, he starts crawling, and he's freezing, and all he wants is a blanket at this point. He doesn't want to live. He knows his life is gone. He just wants a blanket. And then Samuel Jackson says, "You want a blanket?" And he makes him crawl to him, and some adult stuff happens that I don't want to describe, but it's bad. It's like me and my dad, when we were watching it, we were like, we just watched it stone face. But yeah, Quentin Tarantino's my favorite director, and Glorious is my favorite movie.
Yeah.
That's really all we had to talk about today.
Yeah, mine's Gilbert Grape, and like my actor, I think Johnny Depp is one of my
Johnny Depp's a really good
actor.
Same with Shia LaBeouf. You know Shia LaBeouf from Transformers?
Yeah.
He does not get enough credit.
Oh yeah.
He's a good actor, psychopath. Good actor.
Yeah.
But I guess this is a good point to end it. If you guys want to leave some comments, maybe subscribe. Hopefully we can get some more subscribers on this channel that has no flow of subscribers coming in, which we'd really appreciate. Give it a like, comment, watch either of the movies we recommended. Maybe
Gilbert Grape first.
Talk to us about your theories on how Marvel could have made better decisions. Let us know if we're wrong about anything. If you want to yell at us, tune in next time for Off the Grid episode 2. This is Off the Grid episode 1,
and kiss my ass.
They like him. Oh yeah, they do.